hope you're all well. I had a doctor's appointment with my oncologist yesterday, and they did my blood work, and my white blood cell count was too low, so they're postponing my next chemo a week. So instead of getting my 6th round of chemo this Friday, I'll get it next week Friday. So yeah, so I'll just rest at home for another week. And then he also did a pelvic exam on me, and he said that it looks normal, so that's wonderful. The only way to tell if there's complete remission is with a PET scan, so I'll get that after the 6th round of chemo, probably 2 or 3 weeks after that. So yeah, but it's great that he said the pelvic exam looked a lot better than it did when he looked at it last time, which was after the 3rd round. After the 3rd round, he said there's great improvement, but it was still abnormal. And but this time, he said it appears to him like everything looks normal. So that's a great miracle. I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, I told him that I feel like I might already be in remission because the discharge, I don't have discharge anymore. And I told him that these lymph nodes on my collarbone have just about disappeared, and so he felt them himself, and he said it seems to him like it's normal too. So that's wonderful news. And yeah, so please pray that the PET scan will show complete remission, so that I won't have to get any more intensive chemo. I'll still need, he's still gonna put me on maintenance chemo for 2 years, but during that time I can go back to work. Yeah. And I can go back to a normal life, so that'll be wonderful. And hopefully I can drive myself to chemo during those 2 years too. I think I should be able to. I think they should be able to allow me to do that. I'm not sure. But yeah, the next treatment plan will depend on the PET scan. If it's all clear, then it's just gonna be maintenance chemo for 2 years. If it's still showing the presence of cancer cells in my body, he wants to continue for another 1 or 2 rounds of intensive chemo if I'm willing. And he said, to wipe it out, but I asked him, wouldn't maintenance chemo wipe it out? And he said it would. And so he said I don't have to do more intensive chemo if I don't want to. But yeah, we'll do the PET scan and then take it from there, and pray that PET scan will be all clear with no evidence of disease and complete remission. That will be the best miracle ever. And after remission, the goal will just be to maintain remission with maintenance chemo, because the chance of recurrence is the greatest during the first 2 years after remission, and that's why doctors put people on maintenance chemo for 2 years. was supposed to have that thyroid ultrasound on Thursday, but I cancelled that because I received an estimate of my out-of-pocket cost for that, and it was going to be almost $500, and so I cancelled that. So insurance wasn't going to pay for all of it. So yeah, unless it's medically necessary, I cancel that. And yeah, I think next week I'll cancel that appointment with an endocrinologist too, because I'm asymptomatic. I feel okay, and yeah, and I cancelled his order for the ultrasound of the thyroid, so I see no point in going to see him. But he was wonderful. When he prescribed that vitamin D supplement, my energy level was 3 weeks after I took that vitamin D, my energy level went up. I didn't realize this, but when I was first admitted to the hospital, it was at the small hospital close to where I live, and not the one downtown, though. The one downtown is just a little bit further from me. But the small hospital did a panel and included vitamin D level, and so they checked that. And it was very low. Normal is supposed to be 30 to 100. Mine was 12. And somebody on YouTube who had a mystery illness and later found out it was a vitamin D deficiency, her level was 17, which was higher than mine. And so yeah, mine was super low. And so no wonder you see me now sitting up talking to you, and I wasn't able to do that. Remember how I used to have to talk to you from a laying down position, because just sitting up like this, I get out of breath. And now I'm okay sitting up, and I attribute it to the vitamin D3 supplement. Yeah, so it's a lifesaver what he did for me when he did that. That was a miracle. And you know what? I actually think that was the cause of my cancer, a major part of it, because I was watching Dr. Gundry. So he's my favorite doctor on YouTube, because I follow his lectin-free diet, which is also high fat, low carb. And lectin diet doesn't have to be high carb, doesn't have to be high fat, low carb, but I make it that way to help me fight cancer and also prevent diabetes, because I'm pre-diabetic and I don't want it to turn into diabetes. And so Dr. Gundry was saying that there's research that there's a very strong correlation between low vitamin D level and cancer, and he takes it every day just to prevent cancer, and also for a strong immune system, because he's all into autoimmune disease. That's what his focus is on. His focus is not on cancer, but autoimmune disease and a leaky gut. But vitamin D controls just about every function in the body. And no wonder there's so many testimonies on YouTube where people are coming on YouTube giving their testimony about how vitamin D cured their mystery illness, where they went to the doctor and everything came back negative. All blood work, all tests came back negative, and they were still feeling like they were dying. They felt like they have no energy, fatigue. And I do remember a short period of time before I became sick that I did have fatigue. I was tired. And yeah, I attribute my cancer to low vitamin D, a lifetime of it, because I never ever had enough sun in my life. And I've always worked indoors. For many years I worked night shift and slept during the day, hardly ever saw the sun. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if my low vitamin D was the cause of this cancer. Won't be at all surprised. But yeah. So yeah, that's my update. So I'm so thankful for your prayers, and for the good result from the doctor's pelvic exam. So he said that I'm in a really good place right now. He wants to continue Keytruda next time that I get chemo, even though yeah, I told him, what if my thyroid levels are still abnormal? Now, the last time they checked my thyroid levels, it was somewhat improving. Yeah, it was somewhat improved. One of my thyroid hormones had actually become normal, but the other one was still abnormal. So I asked him, what if it's still abnormal on a blood test? And he said, even if it's abnormal, if I'm asymptomatic, they can still give me Keytruda. So he wants to continue me on Keytruda unless I become symptomatic with thyroid issues. So he has so much faith in Keytruda. I think he attributed my improvement to Keytruda, really. And I don't blame him for that, because Keytruda is the immunotherapy drug, and there's strong research. Keytruda is a relatively new therapy compared to chemo, and it's better than chemo because it's comes with less side effects. Chemo will destroy all fast-growing cells, even my healthy cells. So chemo will harm my own healthy cells too, but immunotherapy will help my immune system to target only the cancer cells. So it comes with less side effects, but not for everybody. Some people react badly, but most people tolerate Keytruda and immunotherapy really well. I'm hoping that with my changing diet that I can tolerate Keytruda better without any side effects. Yeah, because raising insulin levels, a high carb diet raises insulin levels, which is not good for chemo side effects or immunotherapy side effects probably. So yeah. So, and the maintenance therapy that I'll be on for 2 years, it'll be 2 drugs instead of 4. It's going to be Keytruda and Avastin. So those 2 drugs I'm already taking during intensive chemo. I'll just be dropping the 2 intensive chemo drugs, the Taxol and the carboplatin. Those are very harsh chemotherapy drugs, and those are the ones that kept me in bed, gave me fatigue, and caused me to not be able to drive for 2 weeks at a time. And yeah. So yeah, please pray for my complete remission. Thank you so much for praying for me. Thank you for your love and kindness, for thinking of me, for just being here for me. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.